Hello and welcome, viewers, TSJW Network viewers, to the latest edition of the TSJW Network exclusives right here. I'm Trellis Williams, and I am joined by the senior guard for the Laurel Knighthawks, Jack Flynt. Jack, thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man, for sure. So let's jump right into it. So you played for the Knighthawks for many years, you know, and which of course is in Laurel, Mississippi. Are you from the Laurel area originally?
No, I'm actually from Mount Olive, which is about 30 minutes from Laurel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, know where Mount Olive is for sure. Okay, so when did you move to Laurel?
I still live in Mount Olive. We just commute back and forth.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, okay, cool. But you said it's 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So that is interesting. Didn't know that. Also, please tell the viewers just how you became homeschooled, whether it's from kindergarten up or you know how you became homeschooled, and then also how you joined the Knighthawks. Just tell the viewers that story.
Well, I was in private school until I was in about 8th grade, and then my parents decided, well, it was going to be a homeschool school thing at my church.
Okay.
And a lot of my friends from church were going to be going there, like Jacob Murray and Brandon Norris, who graduated last year, and they were going to be playing with the Knighthawks. And I didn't know a lot about it, but my parents looked into it, and we started homeschooling. And I went to a few practices, and it just came out of that.
So what school were you going to beforehand?
I went to Simpson Academy.
So this past season was your senior season. You know, you guys had a good team coming into the season, of course, and you knew that y'all would be a heavy contender since y'all had been to the MSAHA finals the past two seasons, and obviously the goal was a championship. But throughout the season, before the season, did you guys just stay focused on winning that championship at the end of the year? Was that y'all's main focus throughout the season?
Well, I mean, I think most people would say it was our main focus. We kind of came together, you know. I mean, we definitely had, like, it's a long season and everybody has their own little things throughout, but I think at the end of the season together, we all come together really well, and that was the ultimate goal, yeah.
Of course, you know, with the COVID thing, it was interesting too. Did you ever have doubts about whether y'all would have a season or not? Because I knew that was up in the air.
Yeah, well, early on, actually, we started practicing. I don't remember exactly when, but we practiced for like 2 or 3 weeks, and then I think where we were practicing, the facility, people that run the facility, they got COVID-19, and that kind of shut us out of that facility for nearly a month. And then we were able to pick up practicing again, and we did the whole season regularly, and everything was going great. And then around Christmas, there was some talk that we may or may not be able to finish the season. So we had our senior night, kind of got some of that stuff, you know.
Oh, so y'all did y'all senior night early?
Yeah, we did ours early because we weren't sure if we were going to be able to continue or not.
Oh.
But thankfully it all worked out, and we got to finish the season.
So throughout the season, you know, you guys went 8-4 in the conference, you know, with y'all's losses being 2 losses each to PCA and Jackson. Of course, both of those teams were teams that you guys beat in the tournament. Now, how did you guys keep your confidence throughout the tough losses like that?
Well, I don't know. I mean, against PCA the first time, it was taking all the losses in the moment felt really hard, but I think we just knew what we had to do to beat those teams. When we got to the playoffs, like with Jackson, we knew we could play with them. We just needed to play up and all play really good defense and kind of guard those better players like Gideon and Hendry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they're both really great players. And with PCA, we just needed to stop the shooters and play our offense, you know, and work it inside. Yeah. I think we did that really well at the end of the season, and we executed very well. And we may not have done that earlier in the season.
So then heading into the tournament, y'all were the 3 seed and stuff. So you guys were one of the favorites, not necessarily the favorite, but one of the favorites. You know what I mean? But you guys, I mean, y'all consistently throughout the tournament, y'all played the Counselors, which y'all had them overmatched in that first game. Then y'all played the Victors, getting that close overtime win. Y'all kind of ran away from PCA that other time, and then the championship game, you were able to pull it out. So you had a tough road. I mean, it was not a easy road through there. Just speak to the depth of y'all's team, because you could see that on full display in the playoffs there.
Well, our depth was very useful. I mean, we had Caleb Jenkins and Eli Carter and Sam Sherwin were all very helpful, and we may not have had them early on, but they all developed really well coming off the bench as the season went on.
Yeah.
And especially Caleb, because in that Jackson game, Silas was hitting his shots, but he fouled out in the early fourth. And
I think he was in the third. Yeah, he was real early. Yeah.
Caleb stepped up really, really big in that game. And Eli coming in those spurts and playing really good defense and rebounding helped us a lot, especially when I fouled out or we had other issues going.
Yeah.
And Sam just playing when he did. I mean, he's great at what he does, and he tries really hard, and that's all you can ask of him.
But in the title game against the Paladins, you end up fouling out with 4 minutes to play and stuff, which y'all were up by like 5 or 7 points or something like that, and it was a close one, and I could tell throughout the whole team it was like oh no, you know what I mean? Y'all would have been able to go to another game if y'all would have lost, because it's double elimination. Y'all hadn't lost yet, but just tell us what was going through your mind and how you felt about your teammates stepping up there at the end.
I was first off, I was extremely proud of my team. They did great, and just shows what kind of potential they have to do great next year and all the years coming up. But man, what was going through my mind was it's not the way I wanted to walk off the court, for my last time. But I mean, I was really proud of the way they stepped up and played together, because I knew that nobody can do it by themselves.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, all I knew is they had to work together as a team and move the ball, especially in PCA's high press, because that's difficult for anybody to get through.
Yeah, man, especially without your best ball handler out there. I mean, your primary ball handler. You got you want to have that guy out there when you're playing against a pressure team for sure.
Yeah, but I think they did it very well, and Caleb and Jacob and Silas all handled the ball extremely well, because they all worked together and it all played out really good.
The thing is that even though that was y'all's first varsity championship, y'all won in 16U when you played back to back.
Yeah.
So just speak to that experience on how that helped here in your senior year. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like early on when I first came, people were very intimidated by like the other teams, because we hadn't won the East County Championship in a very long time when I first come in.
Uh-huh.
And Jackson was with you and Eli and Andrew. Y'all were really great, and it was kind of intimidating, But I guess that year we had a bunch of new people on that 16U team. It was like me, and we had a boy that came and left, and it was Michael. We were all, I guess, a lot of us, we didn't know to be scared of anybody.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And so I was definitely a factor, because I feel like some of the people who have been there and that knew, they were kind of nervous coming out of those games when we were never scared of anybody, because we just didn't know.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
And I think once we started winning, we got really confident in our skills and what we could do. And then when Kai came in, it was just a bunch of new people, and we all meshed really well together and played off each other really well. And it just built to us winning this year.
Well, also a newcomer that y'all had this year that worked well with y'all was Isaac Housley. That's a good player for y'all, to be. I mean, because what my favorite part about how he did it was being able to take the ball from one side of the court to the other side of the court. You know, you feed it into them and get to. I mean, y'all did that kind of stuff a lot, like using both sides. It was not we just pounding it to one side kind of thing. I just noticed that about y'all's team for sure.
Yeah, we try. Isaac actually messed really well with us because he sat the bench and hung out in the locker room with us last year because he wasn't able to leave his school and all that.
Yeah.
And we played a lot of, like street ball and stuff with him, so we knew what to do. And it was awesome having him there.
Look, man, I appreciate you joining us for this interview, man. I always appreciate it, for sure.
No problem, man. Anytime.
Yeah, man. And thank y'all, the viewers, for joining us today. We were glad to have Jack with us today, but make sure you check out the TSJW Network website, tsjwnetwork.net, and be sure to check that out. Check out the Instagram at TSJW Network, and also if you wish to donate, you can donate at tsjwnetwork.net/donate. And thank you for joining us, and we out.